All of these are all good. Oh, and here's my new vehicle. Check that out. 3-litre Renault Master, 140 brake horsepower. Sergeant Roberts, how's it drive?
Mint, absolutely one of your best yet.
Really?
Brilliant.
That's great. I'm just going to finish this video and I'll come catch. I'll be 5 minutes, all right?
Yeah.
This is really impressive. I mean, if every vehicle that came into Base Van was as straightforward as this, I wouldn't have like grey hairs at the age of 29. Just a quick one. I really hate it when people on YouTube ask for likes, subscribe and all that sort of shit. But please like this video because I want it to get as much exposure as possible so that potentially one day the fire service might give me the contract for decommissioning the vehicles because I know how to decommission them without fucking ruining them. Thanks very much to the auction houses around the country that have no idea how to do it. Cheers. Right, we're back again at basevan.com. This is a pretty awesome bit of kit. So you know how much we love Renault Masters because generally speaking they're quite reliable and we all know they just don't rust, especially like the Sprinters, the Crafters and really the Ivecos and the Citroens and the Fiats and the Peugeots. In fact, it's probably the only commercial vehicle that being shared with the Vauxhall, because they're essentially the same breed, that doesn't rust. So this has been like some sort of command center for the fire service. For some reason they've put the 3-litre engine in it, which gives you 140 brake horsepower, which really isn't that much compared to the 2.5, which comes in at 120 brake horsepower. Right, I'm just onto the reverse camera bit of my inspection report, and I'm hoping the chap that commented on my fire engine MAN video that is working in the service department there might still have the reverse camera and anything else missing on this vehicle so I can complete it, because it looks like it's just a plug and play job for the reverse camera. So if it's in your skip, could you put it in some rice and send it up to Base Van? Thank you. So it's only done 40,000 miles, and that's because it really is a bit of a specialist bit of kit. And given the low mileage, we expect it to be reliable, we expect the condition to reflect on the inside, underneath, and generally speaking, the mechanics of the vehicle as well. So this could be a real good buy for somebody out there that's looking to convert it into a camper van. So we pride ourselves here on not actually shining things up and polishing them up and making them look great. We pride ourselves on doing thorough inspections and really taking pride on selling stuff that we know is going to be reliable. But with a clean, this will come up really, really well. You can see here a little bit of dirt in places, but generally speaking, this van will come up really well. I'm liking the captain seats. By that I mean 2 single seats, not seats that, in fact, wait, they are captain swivel. So we've got a pair of captain swivel seats in this. So that seat swivels and that seat swivels. I'm assuming so this can be used as some sort of desk. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so that's a huge benefit for people straight away. A couple of captain seats in the front. No air conditioning, but I think the fact that this van is so awesome, I'm just happy to sweat in the summer, to be honest with you. Some sort of weird beeping. Must be this. Ice warner. Whew. Sounds so good. You can buy this vehicle or secure this vehicle on our website. So you just click that button there to secure it with a £100 holding deposit. And then it's yours for 7 days. All you have to do is turn up. If you get here and it's not what you like, I'll give you a deposit back. In most circumstances, it is what you like. And you've travelled and you know the vehicle's going to be there, so you're not having a wasted journey. That's why I do it. This vehicle will not stick around. You watch the end of this video, you'll see how amazing it is. So it is a 3.5 ton gross weight. But it looks like with all the equipment on the inside, they were right at the limit. The vehicle is currently running at only 120 kilograms below its gross vehicle weight with 2 occupants. So they have taken quite a lot of the equipment out of it since it's been decommissioned. But generally speaking, you have well over a ton when these vehicles are empty. So, and to be honest with you, whoever's going to buy this van is going to buy it for the low mileage, the fact it looks cool, and really everything on the inside, except for perhaps these walls that are likely to be insulated, they are insulated. You'll just take all this stuff out and gut it, and you'll get plenty of payload back again. Electric windows. So it does have some weird satellite dish on the roof, which my friend Jacob from Classic Garage is more than likely going to want for his new Sprinter van. So that will not be included, unless of course you want to recommission this vehicle as a command and support vehicle. And of course we can work something out on that satellite dish, but for the most part I'm guessing that someone's going to want to buy this because it's a pretty awesome base van. So in terms of taking all this stuff out, that's a service we do provide. So if that is sort of putting you off this vehicle, we can do that for you. It does have 240-volt hookup, I noticed on the outside, so I'm guessing that's what's going to power these sockets. There's no batteries on here, at least there isn't now, or any inverter. But yeah. Little slidey window on the side loading door. Do quite like this serving hatch. So I'm guessing that they would have been at some sort of scene, and there would have been some TV monitor here with the speakers to support it as well, and this would have sort of given instructions of how to manage the situation. In the back, there's your RCD for the 240-volt hookup. All of this stuff just wants taking out because it looks pretty much impossible to recommission this. It's ever so complicated. Although saying that, I did have one of these vehicles about 5-6 years ago, and we sold it to Silverstone Racetrack. I imagine the fire service don't commission too many of these. And they ended up recommissioning it all, so it's a good job I didn't rip it all out to begin with. Okay, it looks like there's a reverse camera there, but there's no display in the front. That could be a case of plug and play though. We could find a display and get that working, so that's a big if or but. Couple of little scene lights on the back. Let's just check out this condition. What year is this again? 06. Wow, so it's almost 20 years old. I can't wait to get on the ramp because of course I haven't conducted the inspection report yet, and that's something I will be doing just after this video. I'm really looking forward to getting it on the ramp and seeing what it's like. But yeah, if you're looking for a long wheelbase fan and you're a huge fan of yellow, you like reliability, you like a bit of extra power, this probably is the one you've been waiting for. I'm going to go and check out the engine bay. So the 3 litre in this vehicle is an Iveco engine, so chain driven. So obviously you probably won't recognise it as an Iveco engine from here because this is a front wheel drive vehicle, and of course all Ivecos are rear wheel drive, so the engine's on a completely different angle. But yeah, those engines are well known for being 300, 400,000 mile engines if well maintained. I'm fairly certain the gearbox in this vehicle is the one found in the G9U, i.e. the 2.5. Obviously not the best gearbox of all time. You're looking at synchro issues at about 140, 150,000 miles, but you've got quite a long time to go. And when that does happen, you can just get a refurbished gearbox for like 700-800 quid. So it's the least of your problems when you're not having to suffer with DPF, AdBlue, and all that other nonsense they put on this modern crap. Quick check. Looks like it did have an awning on here in its past life. And I have just started a little shop called Kit It Out, and that's basically for little add-ons, spare wheels, spare wheel carriers, and we do have a load of awnings as well. Now I've started doing that because sales aren't as quick as they used to be, and we've got staff that I don't want to lose. So make some inquiries, ask what we've got. I've got loads of stuff that we've taken off the vans over the years which could be handy in your conversion. Right, I'm going to go and get this bad boy on the ramp and see what it's really like. Oh, we've got this Renault up in the sky. quite nice to see. It still has the original belly pan on it. It's all looking nice and dry in there. Now, I did notice, as soon as I had a quick flick of my head underneath, a new caliper. So it's a telltale sign that this vehicle probably has sat around a little bit, but it does look like it's got new discs and pads throughout. But just check it out. Almost 20 years old. You will not find any rust on here at all. Now, a couple of spots where they usually go on these vehicles. Back here, but no, nice and solid. Quite like in the leaf spring suspension. Obviously I prefer that over the air suspension, less complications. We do find ourselves replacing air suspension systems for our ambulance customers probably once a month at this stage, based on the amount of vehicles that we've sold, which probably isn't that many really, because we've sold over 1,000 ambulances now with air suspension. So to only have one a month coming back for a spring suspension change isn't really that much. So don't let that put you off air suspension vehicles. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Right, we've got stabilising legs here. So if you're ever on any uneven ground, good to go. That is the best customer base one's ever had. Connor, how are you doing, buddy?
How's it going, mate? You're on?
I'm alright, mate. Fucking hell. Fucking hell, what a journey, eh?
I know.
I'll just hit the recording off. Yeah, so if anyone's keen to know, Connor bought a Toyota Land Cruiser off us, and the engine's failed. So it's in our workshop, we're currently working on it, and he's just literally come up to get a courtesy vehicle off us. That's not something we do all the time, but in this circumstance, I am doing it. Obviously, our terms and conditions are that if you break down, the vehicle comes back to us and we'll fix it. We give you 3 months or 3,000 miles. We don't offer courtesy cars, but in this rare circumstance, I am doing it for him. But I won't do it for anyone else, unless the circumstance is really rare. All right. Oh yeah, by the way, that Land Cruiser was actually supposed to go to Africa and be used by Russ Cook, the guy that ran the entire length of Africa. So it's a good job we didn't send it over there. Right, I'm not really sure where I was at, but I've just started my inspection report on this vehicle. We've got 2019, 2020, 2020, and a 2015 tyre on the back. They're all Michelins. They're all in very good condition. Now, I did notice on this rear offside one, it's got a very, very slight perish on it, on the inner, but on the outer, it's really good. But it's kind of odd how they've got a 2015 branded tyre. They're all the exact same, and this one's 4 years older than the other one, so that one's, yeah, 10 years old now. So it's in good condition, doesn't need replacing. I just like commenting on anything that I see. Just going around this, I did quite like this little scene light here. So actually, it has been decommissioned, but getting all these bits and bobs working isn't that tricky. So if you wanted me to do that for you, I can. Obviously, it won't be free because it's going to be my time. Also on the inspection report, I noted this little bit of damage here on the sill. So I'm not really sure how they've done that, but it's there. And a little bit of an indent here on the exhaust where they've just tacked a bit of weld on there to repair it. So I'll get the engine running and see if that's blowing in a second, but look everywhere on it. Brake lines and everything mint. It's the old classic mint Renault Master chassis setup. It looks like in the past they've had a diesel heater here, because that's the aperture for a diesel heater, but they have gone over the top and repaired it with proper corrugated flooring. So that's quite impressive repair. And it looks like the fuel line is here for what would have been the diesel heater as well. So I don't know whether this was always a command centre or what's happened, but yeah, it's always interesting to see those kind of things. Right, I'm going to get it down, finish the rest of the inspection report, and yeah, I'm really enjoying this one. Definitely getting a little bit complacent at my old age of 29, because these leaf springs are actually uprated. You usually get the fiberglass kind of ones, and these are made from steel, and they're twin leafed, so they're for more of a heavy duty application. So I'm guessing, like I mentioned in the video earlier, that it's a 3.5 ton gross weight, and it says there's only 120 kilo payload when it's fully laden. So I'm guessing that's why they put these on the back. Yeah, the Firesurf really don't cut corners. Right, you might as well sit with me whilst I do a little bit of this inspection report. So cab heaters, 1, 2, 3, 4. Check. Yeah, this is literally how laborious this can get. So electric windows, we have to go the whole way to the bottom because you haven't fully checked it unless you go the whole way to the bottom. And the near side. And we've got electric mirrors on this one. And they work. Right, let's go ahead and fill this in. Right, well, I've just finished my inspection report on this vehicle, and this is really impressive. I mean, if every vehicle that came into base van was as straightforward as this, I wouldn't have like grey hairs at the age of 29, because this is just one of those motors. Right, I hope this has been informative. If you want to buy this van, hope you've got sufficient amount of information to make a decision. It's on the website, so I'll see you there. Cheers.